Hello and welcome back to another installment of Fodder, where today we have a new update. It is version 3.0.7, if I remember correctly. We will scroll through, yes, or 6.0.7. And let's just get right into the new figures that were released today. We go into the shop. I do have a booster that I need to open, so we will take care of that for sure. But first things first, we have new figures. Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario fighting Steel, marked by the aura. While this Pokemon is on the field, and unless they are affected by special conditions, your fighting type Pokemon and your steel type Pokemon are not knocked out by gold attacks from their battle opponents. Your fighting type and your steel type are always going to gain plus 10. And just moving forward, just know that if it is a mega evolution, the two types are going to get the plus 10, unless it's a single type, and then it's going to get plus 20, just so I don't have to go over that all the time. If we look at the wheel, 16 wheel slice of dodge, a 36 wheel slice of purple 1-star aura sphere, either the battle opponent or the Pokemon behind it in a straight line from this Pokemon is knocked out. Now that's the exact same ability as the EX form of Lucario, but it is going to gain an extra star because of the evolution, and it can't be knocked out by gold. So there's a lot of protection there. Although 2 stars is a little lackluster, the fact that it can't get knocked out by gold is actually a good thing. 4 myths, that's going to go away at level 5, and then you're going to have a 40 slice of Bullet Punch, which is a gold move that does base 110 damage. Remember, you're going to make that 130 with the evolution. And the fact that you can't get knocked out by gold basically means that you're going to have to land into a white attack larger than 130. Now remember, if you're using the metal sphere or the metal steel energy plates, you're going to get an additional plus 10 damage. So realistically, you could be looking at your opponent needing to hit for greater than 140 to knock this thing out for the 7 turns that it's on the board. That actually looks pretty strong, if I do say so. Next we have Mega Houndoom. It is a dark fire type with the ability Breath of the Abyss. While this Pokemon is on the field, your dark type Pokemon and fire type Pokemon both deal plus 10 damage for each burned Pokemon on the field. That kind of makes a dark fire deck seem like it is fairly viable here. Pokemon that battle this Pokemon become burned, and your dark type and fire type Pokemon gain plus 10. Checking out the wheel, I will say the wheel, it looks like it actually leaves a little to be desired. It does have 2 4-miss slices, one will go away whenever you get to level 5. 40 wheel slice of Fire Blast that does 150, and then you've got a 20 wheel slice gold that's going to hit for a base of 80, but then you're going to add the 20 onto that, which is going to give you 100 damage. Not a bad looking Pokemon, I wish. Oh, and then you have the 28 wheel slice of Fiery Breath, which is a 2-star purple. Remember, you're going to add a star for the evolution to make it 3. The battle opponent becomes burned. You may spin for a Pokemon within 2 steps. If it spins a wide attack, that Pokemon becomes burned. That's actually pretty nice, because you are giving plus 10 to your dark and fire types when it is on the field. And if you're burning a lot of things, especially in this heavy white meta, you know, the more burn, the better. Moving on to the next figure, we have Houndoom. Dark fire type with the ability of malevolent fire. While this Pokemon is on the field, your fire type Pokemon deal plus 10 for each burned Pokemon on the field. If this Pokemon is burned, Pokemon that battle it become burned. It is a fire type, and it has a ton of myths. This wheel looks very similar to Blaziken, is my first impression of this, without the jet kick being 20. This gold is going to be 60. 2 8 misses. I mean, realistically, you're going to need to take this to at least level 9 before it's really usable. 36 wheel slice of Flamethrower that hits for 130. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes burned. 16 wheel slice of Sucker Punch for 60, and then 28 wheel slice of Fiery Breath which is a 2-star purple, the same as the Mega form. Just figure, Houndoom is all about burning your opponent. I wouldn't rely on the gold as being a reliable gold attack. And you don't have the 3-star Cyclone Kick. So, yes, the burning is good, but you kind of have to make a decision. It's the same wheel as Blaziken. I don't know if it's better. The Cyclone Kick seems like it's probably better than Fiery Breath, but you are going to give the buff for each burned Pokemon. I don't know. The jury is still out on this one for me. Something to definitely keep an eye on. We have Registeel. Registeel has the ability of Lock on Gold. And as I suspected with Regirock, when it said it had Lock on Blue, I kind of figured we would see the Lock on become a thing, and this is a Lock on Gold. If this Pokemon is not affected by a special condition, then instead of an MP move, it can force one opposing Pokemon within 2 steps of it to spin. If the spin results in a gold attack, attach a lock-on marker to that Pokemon. Your turn is going to end. And I'm going to actually skip straight over to Multiblast. 24 Wheel Slice that hits for 90. Knocks out all Pokemon that have lock-on markers attached to them. So just as I had suspected, I think most people probably suspected, no matter what the lock-on marker is, that move will knock them all out. So we can see the creation of a Regi deck being possible. It's going to have no miss at level 5, 16 Wheel Slice of Protect, the Pokemon gains weight, a 32 Wheel Slice of Hammer Arm that's going to hit for a whopping 150, a 20 Wheel Slice of Thunder Wave, 2-star purple where the battle opponent becomes paralyzed. And I will say, I'm glad that it's not Explosion. You know, if you would have, I don't know that the Regis would have been viable if you had the fear of them, if all of them had the fear of exploding and knocking everything out, because it will knock out your own figures. So I do think that the Thunderweave is actually a better move there. We've already talked about Arcanine, and we got Growlithe, which is a rare, and I think that kind of surprised a lot of people. The battle opponent of this Pokemon cannot be moved by effects other than the attacks of this Pokemon until the end of the battle. It's a runner. And I'm a little confused. If I'm reading this correctly, this means if you are brave enough to go and attack into Celesteela and it doesn't roll its blue, that it can't be moved, which means it can't move to Ultra Space, which I kind of see as a good thing, but I kind of see as a bad thing as well, because Celesteela, if it doesn't go to Ultra... Celesteela as an attacker is a really good attacker. It's got 2 very powerful moves. One that hits for 137-ish, and then one that hits for like 138-ish. I don't really know if you want that running around the field, not going to Ultra Space. Yes, it's great that it won't send you to Ultra Space. Well, and I think it still sends you to Ultra Space because you can be moved. So I'm not exactly sure, if I'm reading this correctly, I'm not exactly sure where Growlithe is going to fit. The wheel, 16 base miss. You know, you're going to need to make that level 9. You're still going to have 8 miss. And not a very strong attacker. 28 crunch that does nothing. Hits for 70. That's pretty weak. And a 52 Wheel Slice of Flame Wheel. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes burned. I see Growlithe having a really hard time of evolving into Arcanine, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think an evolved Arcanine, I think Arcanine is good on its own. With an evolved Arcanine, that could be kind of broken. Now this does open the door for Oricorio Pau style to get the evolution, which may be the way to go on that. But my first impression of Growlithe is I'm not so sure about it. It looks pretty underwhelming. It really, honestly, has more of an uncommon wheel, is my first impression. Moving on, we have Exodrill. Exodrill is a ground steel with Tunnel Construction A. Very interesting that they call it Tunnel Construction A. When this Pokemon moves from the bench, it may move to a point 1 step away from an entry point. So you're basically going to keep your entry points free if you have Exodrill on your team. It is a 2 MP With a 16 dodge, a 28 dig, which is a 2-star purple, you can move this Pokemon to an open spot next to an adjacent figure or adjacent figures in succession to the first. That's actually a very helpful, beneficial move. An 8 slice of Miss, which will go down to 4 at level 5, and a 44 wheel slice of Drill Run that hits for 100. If the battle opponent is knocked out, then after the battle, this Pokemon moves to the point where the battle opponent was. This Pokemon gains weight. Think of it like, if you remember, I can't think of, Infernape. It's almost like Drive Kick. It's kind of what it sounds like, where you knock out the opponent and then you take over their spot. We have Hamdoor, an uncommon runner. This Pokemon and Pokemon that battle it become burned after battle. This is more what I thought Growlithe's wheel would look like, even down to the being an uncommon. In fact, I'm surprised that this isn't Growlithe's wheel. It's got 20 base miss. You can take that down to 7, I believe. I believe you can take that. You can take that down 4, which is going to leave you 11 base miss. A 52 wheel slice of Crunch that does nothing. It would have been nice if that burned, but it doesn't. And then a 24 wheel slice of 2-star purple, Roar. The battle opponent is knocked back 1 step. The opponent chooses the point and gains weight. But that actually makes for a rather easy evolution. If you are going to try to run Hamdoor into Houndoom, I would definitely level up the purple on this figure. We have Burr. Burr has Tunnel Constriction B. At the start of your turn, instead of an MP move, you may move this Pokemon to a point that is 2 steps away. That's actually kind of nice. It doesn't get you off the bench, I don't believe. But it's kind of like Metang, where you can move around the board. It can create some interesting scenarios there for you. 4 miss, 8 miss, surrounded by a 48 wheel slice of Metal Claw, which is going to do 60 damage, and a 36 wheel slice of Dig. We've already talked about Dig, and that is it for the new figures. Like I had mentioned before, I did not really see this as being a large boost, a large banner. I felt it was going to be more support, and the reason why I felt that way is simply because of the great buffs that we got. And if you didn't, I'm not going to go over the buffs here, but if you don't know what the new buffs are, I will put a link here and you can check out the video on the upcoming buffs. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop open. As you can see, I cleared out all my boosters because of the team event. I'm going to pop open this Sparkle booster we are looking for. Shiny Espeon. Somewhere. We're loading. Here we go. Rare lights, please. No. Cyndaquil, Marill, and 9 points. But you guys know what we're going to do here. You know. I mean, I don't even have to say it, right? You know what we're going to do here. And for the record, I really like the deck that I've thrown together there. But we are going to do a 10-pack challenge. We're going to open up a 10-pack. I have opened up a couple of 10-packs, and I've gotten utter garbage out of the 10-pack. So we are looking to do better. 10 boosters. Here we go. We are going to take the best 6 and run it in a deck. So it looks like we got a rare to start things off. Skarmory. My Skarmory is level 5, so we can actually make that work. The 3 other 10 packs I've opened have been very uncommon heavy. Scyther. I'm hoping that this one does not follow suit. And so far, we're at 2 uncommons and 1 rare. Bronzor. This is not going well. Okay, we have gold lights. They stay gold, but that doesn't necessarily mean much. We have an Aggron. Okay. So we did get an EX, even though the lights didn't flash over to Rainbow. 1 EX, 1 rare, 3 uncommons. Now, we don't... this is not going to be good. Another uncommon. Now, first, a Drillbur. I'm just going to say Drillbur's probably not going to make it into this deck. Although, with all these uncommons, Aaron, that's... I'm going to just chalk this up to another horrendous 10-pack. Again, just I mean, I don't know how many we're at here, but all you need to know is we have 1 rare, 1 EX, 2 EX. Okay, 2 EX. Paralyze, heal. We got Charcoal, which is a new plate. Let's see what Charcoal does. Choose one of your fire-type Pokemon on the field. While that Pokemon is on the field, you are going to deal plus 20 damage. So there we go. Our deck is going to be Skarmory, Aggron, Scizor, and I don't know what else. I legitimately don't. This is going to be ugly. Let's see. I have to get a mental picture here, and I'm not going to use these plates. We're going to skip that part of it. I have to get a mental picture here. So we have our deck set up, and this has the potential to be a really, really, really ugly video. Just have time to play the 1 game. It is the 10-pack challenge. I just hope. Like, we got none of the new figures. We got Scizor, which got buffed. I don't even know that I went in and reallocated Scizor's wheel. Remember to go in and do your reallocations. And we are just waiting on an opponent. Our opponent has been located. We are going up against a Swablu deck. And a round deck. This, my friends, is going to be interesting. Let's see what we can do. I mean, the worst we can do is try, right? Actually, with all the Swablus, that Heavy Slam is going to be a rather decent for Bronzor. That Heavy Slam is going to be nice. Hopefully we don't get put to sleep. I mean, all these things are level 10. We're just going to press forward with Skarmory here. Maybe we can go for some flyaway cheese and take an easy peasy win. Not going to happen. We will take our Weezing out there. If I'm not mistaken, Weezing, when he gets KO'd, everybody becomes poisoned. Ah, that wasn't the time. That wasn't the time for that. I did not go in and allocate out my chain levels on my figures. I took the ones that I already had, but like I said, I did not reallocate the wheels. I mean, I did not add any chain levels if chain levels were possible. So keep that in mind. I have no idea what we're going to do. Definitely. Does he have hurdle jump? If he does, he does not. Good. So then we're going to we're going to move up there because we can. Not overly concerned about that. We'll put our Scyther on the back. I guess Scizor is going to be our goalie. I'm 100% just going to attack into this. And I believe, even with no attack, that should still knock him out, which is perfect. This is one of the few times where we actually got kind of lucky with the deck. I wonder if he's going to put it back over on that corner. Yeah. Had a feeling that was going to happen. So we're going to move up slowly but surely. We're going to put his Rayquaza in a bit of a predicament. And my opponent kind of doesn't really have any great options for attacking. That's nice. All we need is 1, and all we get is 1. I'm actually going to take this opportunity to use my Metal Coat. Oh, because he moved. Okay, that's fine. I forgot because he moved his Wigglytuff. I can't use plates on my next turn. I'm very excited that he has now burned both of his plates, his max revives. And we're going to get a dodge out of that. So that's nice. Move up 1 more. Just kind of slowly going to pin in our opponent here. That was unfortunate. So we're going to take Aggron, slide Aggron over 1. And I need him to quit moving his Wigglytuffs because I would actually like to be able to trigger my evolution. And I can't use a plate, so we'll just move up 1. And that is going to allow me to use my metal coat plate perfectly. I'm 99% sure. Yeah, I did not go back in and reallocate this wheel. So that is something that we're going to need to do. My opponent's going to double chance. Hopefully he gets fly. Brutal swing, okay. As long as he doesn't roll gold here, we're good. Chances are he's going to roll gold here. We are going to use our max revive and just bring Aggron right back out. All he has left is recycle, which is actually okay. Hopefully we can survive here. Seriously, again? That was dumb. All right. Roll some heavy. You had one job to do, man. All you had to do was roll your heavy slam and not your other one. Let's long throw Skarmory. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's long throw Skarmory right here. I'm really disappointed in Bronzer right now. That was set up so perfectly for him just to run a sweep on that back row. And then he comes out and lays an egg. That is actually not a bad outcome for me right there. Because it did poison both of the Tufts. The next thing I want to do is I want to start getting my Skarmory up the board a little bit. I don't imagine he wants to attack with Rayquaza just in case he lands fly. Then he has to give up the entry point. If he rolls recycle, if he uses his recycle plate. Okay. Now I will, if he doesn't cover up his goal, I will double chance and try to land the fly. Such was not the case. I will probably still double chance on my next turn and try to land, I don't know. Something good. Probably should have double chanced here. Fly is not bad. I could roll my Sword Dance into my 80 and hit for seriously? Like that's what we're gonna go with here? And that's basically gonna be GG. I'm gonna have to land my 180 or my 90. That's not gonna happen. So another disappointing 10-pack challenge is in the books. I really blame that all on Bronzer. Bronzer was, you will never be more set up for success than Bronzer was in this match, and Bronzer sucked. And I can't sugarcoat it. Let me know, what do you guys think of the banner? What are you most excited to pull out of the banner? As you can see, my losing ways continue. But that's all I got. So until next time.